It's not a world lead. It's outdoors. La 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 la. Well, guess what? Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. All right, so trackies, guess what? Sashalee Forbes is in the conversation. Yes. And I am so excited to see what is going to come at the Melrose Games come February the 11th. So, trackies, when I initially did my reaction video to the lineup, I told y'all I didn't know where to let Sashalee fall in the midst of all of this because the energy that I get from Sashalee all the time is I have this more in me, but for some strange reason I'm not letting it or I'm not unleashing it, right? So, and I likened her running style to that of Elaine and that of Shakira, where they're deceptive runners, where they always look like there's more, and for some strange reason, we're not getting the more. You know what I mean? And especially for Sashalee, you just didn't get that energy, that fierceness that you've been looking for over the years from her in terms of her performances. So, you know what I mean? I said, here what? I don't know where Sashalee falls in the midst of this, but hopefully, won't be run back someplace, hopefully, right? But prior to doing that video, I remember also doing a intro video for her for 2024, and I said, okay, I looked at 2023. I need more from you, Sashalee. I need some of that fierceness, building on, especially making, the world championship team. I didn't get that, fierceness, that our drive, that motivation that you get from making such a big achievement. This was our first individual team, and I didn't get that. I was like, okay, why am I not getting that from Sashalee Forbes? Right? So I'm like, look here, 2024, you need to give me that. You need to be giving that more that you have clearly in store. It's locked up someplace, right? And track is talk about answering immediately. Sashalee was like, "Wapa over your head, T. Hold that." I was like, "Yes, I'll take the smack." Right. So, with that said, trackies, not earlier, this past weekend on Saturday, Sashalee Forbes ran a world leading 7.03 seconds. Now I know I said world leading, and I know I'm going to get a few people in the comment section going up. It's not a world lead, it's outdoors. La 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 la. Well, guess what? Hold that. Take a look at it and let that sink into your memory. There it goes. That is Sashalee world lead. All right, end of conversation. Now move on. We're moving on from the 60 outdoors, 60 indoors nonsense, right? Take that up with world athletics. No, second, right? So, with that said, I have to start restructuring things in my brain. So this epic 60-meter indoor is coming up, and I'm like, okay, Sashalee, you're definitely in the conversation. I'm loving it. So before I had, I think, 3 segments to the race. I had Julien, leading in a pack by herself. Then I had Brianna Williams and I had Dina Asher-Smith, I believe, in the next batch. And I think with that young white girl from America as well. And then in the next batch, I had everybody else, right? So, and unfortunately, that's where Sashalee was in the last batch. It's okay. You don't always get it right. You know what I mean? You don't always get it right. But you know what I mean? I'm not going to be afraid to come out and say, look here, girl is doing good. You know what I mean? Girl is doing great. Right? So with that said, Sashalee Forbes clearly know in my mind, things shift a bit. I have to start realigning stuff because again, the aggression that I saw from her, and again, for me, she wasn't reaching. So sometimes you see people run a 60 and they look like they're filtering out right at the end of the 60 meters. And I'm like, this is just a 60. Why are we dying? What happens when we get outdoors? You're just a good boss, you know what I mean? So with that said, there's no reach. This was a solid performance from Sashalee from start to finish. Again, looking like she was just getting into her running. I'm really looking forward to her 200 meters outdoors. But anyway, before we get to that, right? So with this new 60-meter fierceness, or this fierceness, not 60-meter fierceness, but fierceness overall in general for competing that I'm getting out of Sashalee. The first time I have to admit, I've been watching her over the years, and this is the first time I've gotten this type of fierceness from her. And this is the type of fierceness you need if you're going to take up athletics, or you're not going to go nowhere. You're not going to go nowhere. How are you going to beat the competition? You're supposed to step in there and feel like you're a gladiator and to take out some people. You understand what I'm saying? So with that said, right? Clearly, I'm restructuring stuff in my brain. So I'm looking at it now. Clearly, Sashalee moves from, that third spot down to, in my opinion, the front of the pack ish. So, and by ish, because in my mind, even though Julien hasn't run a 60 all now, even though she's only run a 200, the mere fact that my girl came out running 22.28 in a 1 200 for open our season, I don't know. Some lightning have to go strike and make the ground tilt so and just shake Julian in a fair lane as far as I'm concerned for her to lose this race. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how I see it. I mean, she's the second fastest ever in history over the distance as well. So, you have to put some respect on that performance as well, as far as I'm concerned. Right? So when Sashalee know I'm looking at her. She definitely separated from the field because when you look at that 7:03 versus that 7:11 by Brianna, even though that was her second race in and that was the first race in by Brianna, that was still separation, right? So for me going into this 60 meters, right, she could possibly be in better stead. Don't get me wrong, in terms of indoor execution, Brianna Williams as it stands right now does top her there because Brianna has competed a bit more in that stead, right? But with that said, I'm hoping that Sashalee Forbes will be able to kind of cement the time that she did outdoors when she goes in the time that she did outdoors, sorry, when she goes indoors, right? So looking at it at face value, times tend to end up a bit slower when you go on the indoor scene, unfortunately. But anyway, it is what it is, right? So I'm hoping to see her do something in that range. I'm hoping that she does something in that range, and if she does something in that range, I definitely have her falling in top 2 top 3. You know what I mean? She could definitely dislodge a Brianna Williams or a Dina Asher Smith in that race for sure, 100% based on this performance. I know Dina is also a really good technical sprinter as well, especially with over the 60. People that tend to grow up with using the whole indoor circuit tend to do well on that scene as well. So I definitely have Dina up there as well. So for me, top 4 will be Julien, Brianna, Sashalee, and Dina. Right? No, I have number 1 being Julien. Right? Okay, that for me is set in stone. Unless something else happens, and I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody. So if things remain equal as I expect them to remain equal, then that race is hers, right? Then no, we're looking at Sashalee Forbes, we're looking at Dina, and we're looking at Brianna. As it stands right now, Sashalee Forbes, because we haven't seen Dina do a 60 yet, we only saw a 300. As it stands right now, Sashalee is the one that is leading that second pack, right? Let's see what happens when she goes to that indoor circuit, but I'm definitely excited for the performances from both our Jamaican athletes, but I'm glad seeing Sashalee Forbes step her game up. It's an Olympic year. Everybody seems excited. Everybody excited, trackies, and I, for one, I'm fully 100% excited, seeing them excited as well, because I'm like, Jamaica, come. And I'm going to touch on that topic in the next video, trackie, so look out for that. Like the video, of course, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.